You say that a person should always be afraid of returning to the beastly level, animalistic level. What's the point in being afraid if it's not to the person himself? It is up to him. It's up to us because we speak precisely about that everything is achieved through awe, through fear. We live only by fear. And it can't be any other way because we're the will to enjoy. The Creator, He created us as a desire to fulfill ourselves, a desire to satisfy ourselves, enjoy ourselves. Thus, fear, it's a natural reaction of our nature for the absence of fulfillment, or such a lack of fulfillment that's felt as suffering. So, you can't go without fear. Now, fear, it could be different. But nonetheless, it has to exist. It's the fear of not being able to fulfill myself, that either somehow I'll cease to exist, or for this world, for the next world, for myself, for everyone else, for my relatives. 1,000 different kinds of fear that moves humanity. Fear moves humanity. Even heroism or bravery, these are the opposite forms of fear. When a person is inclined to a certain inner fear, he subordinates to it, and it's kind of an explosion. As a response to that fear in the inverted direction, it comes out as bravery. As psychologists, they'll tell you about it. The lack of fear is an illness. It's an illness that fear is our most natural state. It protects us. It develops us. It obliges our mind and our feelings to develop. Everything's built on fear. It's not simple animalistic fear. It's all the different small sensations, possibility of not to sense something, not to understand something, not to fulfill something, not to complete something, not to digest something, not to get into some kind of touch or contact. In short, that's all fear, meaning the sensation of any lack of fulfillment in our nature, plus and minus turning, or electrons circling around the nucleus. That's all fear. It's all a sensation of the lack of fulfillment. And how is it possible to fulfill myself? In Kabbalah, it's called yirah. It's not simple fear, it's awe. It's awe of fulfillment, or in its deeper meaning of the word, the awe towards the opportunity to realize myself to the degree of the Creator, to wholeness and perfection. If there is no such awe, if that awe doesn't exist, the feeling that there is this wholeness and perfection, I want to attain it and I can't, and it constantly pushes me forwards, then it's simple animalistic or non-living tissue, matter. The more a person develops, the more forms of fear does he have in nature, even on our level. Psychologists count something around 700 or 800 different kinds of fear. If you take books in psychology or you take books in homeopathy, there are many different kinds of fear. From different things, from this, from that. You can count hundreds of different kinds of fear. And for each one of them, a different homeopathic treatment, a different homeopathic remedy. We simply have to understand nature, the nature of this phenomenon that is immersed in the matter itself created by the light. The light has created the will to enjoy, and the will to enjoy in any of its forms, regardless, from being entirely empty up to being completely fulfilled, with all the fulfillments for one's own self, for someone else. All those states are accompanied by the sensation of fear. And that feeling is necessary, otherwise matter can't exist. It can't place itself in any state. Well, that's a bit about fear. But it turns out the fear, it's that same very egoism. Yes, but in accordance with how we want to use our nature differently. Not egoistically, but in bestowal, headed at adhesion, connection. Accordingly, we have the transformation of fear into a different kind of fear. Will I be able to fulfill others, connect with others, complete the Creator, connect with Him, come closer to Him, become like Him? Meaning that fear, it crosses to the other side. It's no longer the fear for myself, but fear for others, and so on. But nonetheless, it's fear. Meaning the feeling of the absence of fulfillment, of incompleteness. But a person gradually can immerse in the sweetness of the ego and the sensation of that fear. A person could simply, it will seem to him that everything's fine, that he's protected. He won't be let to stay that way. Inside us, there's a program that develops the desire. The desire develops, and in our feelings, it becomes less and less fulfilled, and thus more and more kinds of fear appear in us, the demand to fulfill ourselves. The Zohar discerns them very simply. He discerns the kinds of fear, normal, human. When a person thinks about himself, about his relatives, about his life in this world, about his life after death, all those are egoistic kinds of fear. The fear in this world and the fear in the next world. Will I have what I want? And afterwards, when he develops into the altruistic direction, his fear is, will I be able to realize my destiny towards others and realizing the plan of creation of the Creator? And will I be able, by giving to others, connecting with others, to achieve the degree of equivalence of form with the Creator, connection with the Creator, meaning to achieve my destiny? Meaning fear aimed at myself and fear aimed from myself outwards. That's our development. That's all there is to it. All the fears that concern myself, me in this world, that's what medicine engages in. Suppose psychology, psychiatry, fear that concern myself, but with respect to the next world, that's what religion engages in. And the fear that speaks not about myself, but myself with respect to others and with respect to the Creator, that's what Kabbalah engages in. Those are the three very clearly defined realms of fear, the egoistic fears of this world. That's medicine, egoistic fear of the next world, that's religion, and altruistic fear, regardless of which world. In Kabbalah, they aren't discerned. That's what Kabbalah engages in. And everything's based on that, build on that. As it says, love and hunger rule the world. Hunger is the feeling of fear.